Welcome to School Skills. In this video, we're going to look at how mastering basic skills can help you all the way through college. But first, I want to apologize for getting this video out a bit late. We're moving across the neighborhood and it's been kind of crazy around here. Less than 40% of students are doing math or reading at grade level. To find out if you can be helped, first you need to assess and then address. Now, we'll look at some ways you can assess your skill level. There's free spelling tests on my website. Also, free tests for determining your reading speed and whether or not you'll be helped with the reading lessons, and also reading grade level. Testing the speed and accuracy of reading a group of nonsense words will help see if you can improve your reading speed. Let's Go Learn has computer adaptive tests for both math, reading and spelling, and reading comprehension. They go all the way up to 12th grade level for language arts and up to 7th grade level for math, or also individual types of math such as pre-algebra and algebra. They are inexpensive. Now, some tests you can use for free. Saxon has a math placement test that you can also use as evaluation. There's also some evaluation on Khan, and each individual math program you might want to try, such as Singapore Math, has placement tests that can also be used to evaluate grade level and evaluate areas that might need more work. After assessment, then you need to address any problem areas. We're going to look at math, reading, spelling, grammar, writing, but first we're going to look at math. You need to have really strong math facts and understanding and ability to manipulate math properties, and finally, a strong understanding of decimals, fractions, and percent. Overlearning the basics underlying math will help you succeed at any level of math. Most students I've tutored in math have had problems with at least one of these areas, and usually 2 or 3. First, we'll look at a fun way to do some math facts. This is math in reverse. It's called the multiplication honeycomb, or it's also called the 60-second sweep. But trying to do it in 60 seconds is a lot of pressure. I like to do it offline and then work up, seeing how fast the students can improve their speed and accuracy of all the math facts. You can also use flashcards, games, and apps to make sure your student has very sound grasp of math facts for both addition and multiplication. Next, you have to have a strong understanding both of the theoretical and actual commutative, associative, and distributive laws. It's good to go over it with real numbers, going back and forth. If you can do it with real numbers in your sleep, then it won't be hard at all when you're later presented with letters in algebra. It's also good to have a visual understanding of how these things work with actual objects representing numbers. I own dozens of math books, and so when I've had to tutor students or help my own students, I've had a variety of things to choose from. But some friends who don't own as many resources have used these key to fractions, key to decimals, and not pictured here, but a key to percents to help in specific subject areas. Understanding decimals, fractions, and percents is the basis of upper level math, and you really need to have a sound grasp, both theoretical and practical, going back and forth between the 3. Math Mammoth is a good resource for this or any other specialized area that you need help with. They have extensive things that explain it both practically and theoretically. For older remedial students, I like to use the textbook Basic College Math. It starts with addition and goes all the way through algebra. As a bonus, anyone who's feeling bad about their math skills gets psyched about having the title college in the title. Any of the editions is fine. I bought the 8th edition, and usually it's a lot cheaper to buy the older editions. The Let's Go Learn math test can also be used for remediation. It links directly to Khan Academy videos in the subject areas that you've missed. And that leads us to Khan. They also have some great videos for assessing and addressing problems. However, there's so much in there that it can be hard to figure out where to start. Now, on to reading and other language arts, but we'll start with reading. I've tutored for over 24 years, and there is great numbers everywhere we've lived of students who don't read at grade level. Less than 40% of students are reading well. My free syllable spell success lessons are what I've developed over my 24 years as a volunteer literacy tutor. The average group class with 3 to 4 volunteers for every student improves 1.7 reading grade levels while improving their reading speed by 37%. It's free to print and watch, or you can also buy a workbook and a DVD from Amazon. Here is the free to watch videos on my YouTube channel, the phonics page, and here's the workbook that you can get from Amazon. It starts out with basic phonics, but broken up into syllables, and goes all the way to 12th grade level words, focusing on sounds and syllables. There are 3 keys to faster reading based on brain research. The first key is sounds. You need to have these sounds overlearned. Your brain is actually processing sounds very fast in parallel. They've looked at the brains of good readers at the very, very small nanosecond level and found this. And my students, even if you know your basic consonant sounds and vowel sounds, most of my students don't know their 2-letter vowel sounds as fast as they can, and overlearning these helps improve both their reading accuracy and speed. The second key to faster reading is syllables. Syllables are the true atoms of reading instruction. Letter sounds are just approximations, and when you put them together, they don't exactly match. And your brain is processing words at the syllable level. So, look at here. This is letter sounds, and they don't exactly match. However, syllable sounds do match. My free lessons focus on both how to divide syllables and then how to read words that are already divided. Dividing words and syllables helps you be able to sound out any word, no matter how long or tricky it looks on its face. If you break it down into syllables, you can sound out each part easily. There are syllable division exercises with both nonsense and real words. And that brings us to the third key to faster reading, nonsense words. Most of my students have not had enough phonics and have done a lot of sight words, and in order to train them out of their guessing habits and get them to be a quick, accurate reader, I've had to use a lot of nonsense words. But as a bonus, I found with older siblings that were in my class solely for spelling or vocabulary work, it also improved their reading speed as they worked with nonsense words. If you're interested more in the science of reading and about how we read through sound and not by sight, these are some good resources. And my YouTube video, Train Your Brain to Read Faster, goes into more detail about how and why you can use these 3 keys to read faster. Reading faster can improve the time you have to think about each question on the SAT or ACT, and it can also greatly improve the time it takes to do your homework or read a book. While only 40% of students overall are proficient readers, in areas such as these, it's even worse. And if you help teach a class, you can improve your own reading speed while helping people that are not reading well. In every city and every state, not just in these cities, there are people that have problems. Phonics is even more important for those with low socioeconomic status or minorities. You can watch my video, Closing the Reading Gap, to find out more and how you can help. My online phonics lessons are another way that you can improve your reading skills. They're designed for older adults and children and less interactive than the Syllable Spell Success series. All you have to do is watch the videos. A lot of adults who are ashamed of their reading abilities choose to use these instead of the class. There has also been a huge decline in spelling. This compares spelling from before Dick and Jane came on the scene to after. There's a huge difference. You can fix your spelling with my spelling lessons, but that's just a big overview. After that, some of the resources I like are Spelling Plus, which focuses on the most common 1,000 words, which account for 90% of the words in any running text. After that, for more upper level spelling, I like Marcia Henry's Words. It combines spelling and some work on vocabulary and word building and Greek and Latin roots. So it's very powerful, and it comes with a CD that you can print multiple worksheets. For students who are behind in grammar and writing, I like Susan Wise Bauer's Grammar Series and her Writing with Ease. The Writing with Ease is very good for all my remedial students. It breaks things up into tiny, tiny bits and separates things out, which is what they need when they haven't had as much reading background to be able to be a good writer. Thanks for watching. If you have any favorite resources, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what's worked for you for building up your basics.